Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to tonight's Midwest High School League game between the visiting Dubuque Saints and the host Waterloo Warriors. Going through warm-ups here, about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and we'll be underway. It's the first game of the weekend for the Saints. Waterloo hosted Cedar Rapids last night, was victorious at JV, I believe 7-0, and lost in overtime to the Riders. Giving the Riders just their second win of the season, 4-3. I have it from a good source that Jocelyn Endelman will be the starting goalie for the Warriors tonight. I also have it from an even better source that Connor Sheehy will not be the starting goalie for the Saints tonight. So we'll get either Colton Stoll or Jaden Montgomery. The Waterloo JV team currently sits in fourth place. 18 games, they've got 13 wins, 4 losses, and 1 shootout loss for 27 points. The Saints are a couple spots back, currently sitting in ninth place. 21 games played, 7 wins, 10 losses, 4 shootout losses for only 18 points, but hoping to get a winning streak going here tonight. Waterloo's led in scoring by Cale Buchan. He's got 18 goals and 11 assists in just 19 games. The Saints are led by Cade Weiner. Weiner's got 10 goals, 10 assists for 20 points in 19 games. Nolan Pierce is behind him. 15 games with 8 goals and 5 assists. And Xander Sheehy rounds out the top 3. 6 goals and 7 assists in 20 games. Some other scores from around the league. It was Sioux City's JV over Omaha JV, 5-3. Kansas City tops Fremont 6-0. Looks like Looks like we'll get Jaden Montgomery in goal tonight for the Saints. I am a one-man wrecking crew tonight, so I'll be running the camera and the broadcast and the clock, so if I screw something up, it's not my fault. Puck's down and we're underway. Saints get into the zone. Michael pulls, chases it down in the corner, runs him behind the net. Kicked up, stolen by Xander Sheehy at center ice. He'll throw it back into the zone. Jackson Heacock down to the corner, pulls behind the net. Wrapped around to the near side, gets around Sheehy there. And the Warriors will bring it out through center ice. Cross ice pass there to the far side. Blaze Seegers over to get it. Back behind the net, Cam Spangler back there. Sheehy comes around, wraps it around the boards to Poles. Poles got a little time in the corner, tries to throw it up the middle. Sheehy can't quite get to it. All the way out to center ice. Poles knocks it back in. Arlou scoops it up, heads into the zone. Shot, goal. Puck's down. Brock Smothers plays it ahead. Finally get the clock started, and of course I get a whistle. Icing. So Waterloo scores on its first shot on net. Jumps to an early 1-0 lead. Cade Weiner in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Wrapped around behind the net. Waterloo picks it up there. Stolen by Weiner. He'll walk it out to the front of the net. Chips it up the ice. Just out of the reach of Smothers, and we'll get an offsides. Puck's down. Back to the Saints D. Fired up the far side. Now kicked out the middle of the Weiner. Weiner takes it across the blue line. Into the zone. He'll wrap it around the back of the net. Deutsch is there. Knocked off the puck hard. Smothers goes to pick it up. Kicks it back to the D. Liam Henry bangs around the boards. Weiner go back and get it behind the net. Waterloo tries to carry it out the far side. Stolen there by Deutsch. Throws it out in front. Nobody home. Waterloo will bang it out to the neutral zone. Cam Spangler's got it there. She'll fire it back in. Waterloo regroups behind the net. They'll go D to D. Long cross ice pass. Goes unconnected. For an ice. Caldwell with the goal. So happy for him. Puck's down. Waterloo controls. They'll send it up the near boards. Chipped out of the zone. Pass Waddick. Waddick will go back to get it. Seegers comes over to help him out. Throws it back up the boards to Chase Poles. Big battles for it in the corner. That's Waddick. Waddick hard off the boards. Up to Chase. Chase cross ice pass. CJ Mueller's got it. Takes it across the blue line. Shot from the top of the circle. Deflected by the defenseman. He'll take it behind the net. Circled back along the far corner. Big cross ice pass. Waterloo's known for that. Loeb now down the near side. Shot on net. High over the net. Wraps around to the far blue line. Now fired down into the corner. Waterloo sets up. Kick down to the near corner. Saints battle for it there. Chase Poles chips it out of the zone. He'll go into the Waterloo zone. CJ Mueller there to get it. Forces the play behind the net. Puck gets knocked loose. Into the corner. Ruiz knocks it down. He'll chase behind the net. Deutsch battles for the puck on the far side. Now it's Ruiz in the corner. Down to Deutsch below the goal line. Can't quite get it there. Waddick steps in, throws it in front. Bouncing puck. Covered by the Waterloo goalie. Puck's down. Wrapped around to the far side. My clock is being a pain in the butt. Played out to center. It's Waddick there. Now it's fed all the way back to the defensive zone. Zick will pick it up. Goes behind the net. Shakes one. Plays it up. Ruiz steps away from a check. Waddick banks it out. Ruiz just outside the zone. Now it's fired back in. Ben Zick will go get it below the clock, or below the goal. Wrapped around to the far side. Waddick's got it there. Now it's Zick up to Deutsch. Deutsch has it stolen there. Waterloo from the slot. Shot saved by Montgomery. Kick back, high slot. Deflected in front before it got there. Now Deutsch on the far side. Waddick gets it out of the zone. Deutsch does a stick lift into the attacking zone. Top of the circle. Walks around one. Saved by Edelman. Long cross ice pass. Now it's Henry. Henry gets it over to Spangler. Spangler ahead to Deutsch. Deutsch gets just a piece of it. Sheehy will chase it in on the near side. They'll cycle around him. Puck knocked loose by Poles. Held in by Heacock. Heacock's got it. Fires it all the way down to the corner. Now it's knocked back out to center ice. It's Henry. Sends it out to the middle. Jackson Heacock's got it there. Across the blue line. Shot towards the net. Tipped wide. Rebound. Fired in. Edelman with the save, and we'll get a whistle. Saints will leave Sheehy, Poles, and Heacock in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Still bad out the faceoff zone. Now it's Waterloo. Walks away with it. Plays it out to center ice. Spangler's got it there. She'll play it in. On an ice. On a terrible, terrible ice. We'll get to figure out one of these days, people. Puck's down. Knocked out of the zone. It's a race. Deutsch is not going to win. Waterloo collects it. Gets it out of the zone. Out to center ice. Weiner knocks it into the zone there. Now it's Smothers chasing it down. Weiner picks it up on the far boards. Or near boards, I should say. Behind the net. Rubbed off the puck there. Knocked all the way into the far corner. Weiner still all alone with the puck. Gets it out in front. Puck's loose. Waterloo collects. Screen to carry it out. Stolen there by Deutsch. He'll knock it back in. Behind the net of Edelman. Edelman. I don't think I got that name right. Played out to the middle. Waterloo knocks it into the zone. It's Waddick back to get it. He's back behind the goal line. Cuts back to the near side. Gives off to Smothers. Smothers leaves it there for Waddick. Puck popped up in the air. Out to center ice. Weiner's got it there. Weiner walks around one. Knocked off the puck. Fires on the net. Saved by Jocelyn. Now it's Mueller. Steps in. Tripped in the corner. Puck played back to Kleesner. Over to Zick. And we'll get a whistle. And the Saints will go on the power play. Two minutes for tripping. Saints will send out Weiner, Ross, Sheehy, Sagers, and Deutsch. Puck fired out. Seegers holds it in just at the blue line. Gives it down to Weiner. Back to Seegers. Back to Weiner. Weiner walks to the top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Jocelyn. Ross picks it up in the corner. Leaves it for Weiner there. Weiner walks to his face-off top. Shot. Again saved and a whistle. Puck's down. Ross has got it in the corner now. Takes it behind the net. Out in front to Sheehy. All tied up. Can't get a good grip on it. Set the length. Montgomery's got it there. He sends it up the far side. Deutsch has got it. Brings it into the attacking zone. Top of the circle. Stolen there. Taken back by Ross. He'll try and give to Sheehy. Puck stolen and sent the length. Ben Zick back to get it. He's got company. He's going to have to do something with it. Company takes the puck from him. Gets it off to Deutsch. Deutsch sends it ahead. Ross wasn't looking for it. Sent out a play. Puck's down. Jackson Heacock walks into the zone with it. Carries it down to the corner. Hits the brakes there. Now he'll walk back up to the faceoff dot. Gives to Zick. Zick gives off to Nethery. Shot. Saved by Jocelyn. Zick can't quite hold it in. It comes back to center ice. He gives off to Nethery. Back to Zick. Zick off to Heacock. Heacock will try and walk it into the zone. Walks it down behind the net. Knocked off the puck there. Green will send it to length. All the way down. Montgomery will stop it there for Henry. Henry picks it up with some speed. Cross ice pass. Goes unconnected. Waterloo regroups. Sends it back down the length of the ice. Another E there. Another yeah, I got that right that time. CJ Mueller back to get it now behind the goal line. He'll send it up out of the reach of poles. Waterloo fires it back in. Gets caught up in the skates of Liam Henry. Now fired into the big zone. Spangler's got it there. She sends it back up the boards to Henry. Henry has it stolen. Waterloo has it. Nope. Maddox Mitchell. That's not Maddox Mitchell. That's Liam Henry. Waterloo just outside the zone. They'll carry it in. Backhanded into the stands for a whistle. Joseph Ross, Waddick, and Ruiz. Puck's down. Waterloo controls. They'll send it into the zone. Back behind the net. Waterloo steals it there. They'll send it around the back of the net. Rasty will pick it up in the corner. Sends it back down. Stolen by Waddick. Waddick plays it hard off the glass. Waterloo still holds it in. Back in the corner. Around Waddick. Sent to the net. Montgomery with the save and a whistle. Puck's down. Loose in the slot. Backhand. Saved by Montgomery. He'll hold for a whistle. Saints will send out Weiner, Deutsch, and Smothers. They're backed by Zick and Kleesner. Puck's down. Waterloo controls. Into the corner they'll go. Around the back of the net. Zick's the first one there. He leaves it for Weiner. Weiner now behind the net. He lives off for Smothers. Smothers will carry it up the near side. Run over hard by Caldwell. Weiner in the corner. Tries to walk around 4 guys. Gets around 3 of them. Plays the puck to no one. Deutsch has got it now. Sends it across to Kleesner. High out of the zone. Waterloo picks it up. Walks around 1. Rasty now, top of the circle. Shot saved by Montgomery. Kicked over to Deutsch. Deutsch will carry it out of the zone. Through neutral ice into the attacking zone. Takes it wide. Loses it in the corner. Recovers. He's bumped off the puck there. Weiner coming in. Pick it up. Weiner back to Deutsch. Blocked in front. Kleesner will go back and get it. He'll send it up to Smothers. Unconnected for an icing. We'll get Heacock, Sheehy, and Poles. Backed by Spangler and Henry. Sheehy in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Waterloo controls. Back to the D. Harn's got it there. Plays it down to Green. Sends it around the back of the net. Waterloo still controlling behind the net. Now it's Sheehy forces it to the corner. Spangler takes the man there. Sheehy picks it up. And he'll walk it up the near side. Off to Heacock. Heacock takes it down the boards. Plays it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy out from the faceoff dot. Shot wide. Wrapped all the way around. Henry holds it in. Works it back down to the corner. Kicked out. Heacock with a big blast. Jocelyn with the save. Sheehy stays in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Pulls, knocks it loose. Waterloo walks away with it. Tip there. Heacock gets it up. Waterloo gets it out. Spangler back in the neutral zone. Hard off the boards. Back up through the middle. Waterloo's got it in the attacking zone. They'll walk down the goal line. Spangler knocks him off the puck. To the far corner. Big cross-ice pass out to the point. They'll go D to D to Green. Green fires it back down to the low zone. Now it's played behind the net. We're getting a delayed call on Dubuque somewhere. Sheehy will tag it up. Rough on... Looks like Liam Henry is going to get the gate. So the Saints are going to the penalty kill. I completely forgot I can control penalties on this clock. So Waterloo wins the faceoff. They got it on the far boards. Back to the D. Now they play it up the far side, down below the goal line. Back up the boards. Joseph Ross will be the first one to get it there. Plays it around 1 man, and it's a foot race. Waterloo will win it. Joseph Ross will make life difficult for him. Chases them all the way around to the near side. Deutsch steps in front of him temporarily. They'll walk by 1. Ross pins him against the boards there. Cross ice pass to the D. Shot on net. Saved by Montgomery up into the net for a whistle. .237 left in this first period. Shot, blocked, off to the corner. Deutsch will race to get it. Kick back to the blue line. Rasty holds it in there. He'll dump it down to the corner. Around the back of the net. Sent back to the point for Waterloo. Now they've got it back down to the corner. This is an odd power play they've got going. They've got two men in front that aren't really doing much. Puck stolen and sent to length. Jocelyn will go back and get it behind her net. She'll leave it there. I forgot to start the clock. Waterloo carries it up into the zone, top of the circle, walks into the slot, chipped over the net. Sheehy on the far side. Puck knocked loose. Zick sends it up the middle to Ruiz. Ruiz gets it out of the zone. Waterloo controls its neutral ice. Rasty carries it back in. He'll take it wide, loses it in the corner to Spangler. Spangler tries to get it up to Ruiz. Now it's knocked up in the air. Waterloo collects it in their skates, walks it to the slot, backhanded shot, saved by Montgomery. We'll get a whistle. Dubuque with another penalty. Ruiz will serve one here. Add penalty. Ross in for the faceoff. Waterloo controls, sends it back to the D. They'll go D to D. Rasty now, top of the circle. Shot. Deflected in front. Bouncing puck in the slot. Wrapped around the back of the net. They'll still battle for it there. Now they'll kick it back out to the D. Pauses there to send it to the far side. Green can't quite hold on to it. Goes all the way down below the goal line. Henry steps out of the box. Saved by Montgomery. Kick to the near corner. Hesse controls it there. Stolen by Spangler. Spangler battles for it. Knock loose. Green's got it now. Chips it down to the corner. Sends it back to Green. Green will go D to D. Shot from the point. Bouncing puck. Goes wide of the net. Wrapped around the near side. Green now. Top of the middle. Shot wide. Rolled off to the far side. Flipped down to the corner. Waterloo has it. They'll send it back to the D. Shot blocked in front by Joe Ross. Wrapped around behind the net. Waterloo will collect it there. 22 seconds left in the period. Waterloo tries to walk it in front. Spangler steps in. Now it's Joseph Ross. Big shot from the red line with 10 seconds left. Nice save. Harns got it. Long breakout pass out to center ice. 2 seconds left. Shot saved by Montgomery for the whistle. So shots after the first period are 9-9 in favor of no one. That's what 9-9 means. But after one, the score is Waterloo 1, Dubuque nothing. Saints will start the second period with Weiner and Deutsch at forward. They'll be backed by Spangler and Zick on D. Ruiz will head back to the box for 30 seconds. As soon as the scorekeeper figures out there's 30 seconds left on that penalty. Scorekeeper looks like it's Mr. Lochner. Oh, no, Mr. Lochner's running the point streak. Puck's down, and we're underway. Zick plays it up ahead. Deutsch has got it there, knocks it into the zone. Waterloo carries it out. They'll pass it to the near side. Big cross-ice pass into the zone. Waterloo will walk it down to the corner, knocked out the puck there. Played it up the near zone to Rasty. Rasty leaves it there for Buchan. Buchan drops, oh, that's Caldwell. Power play's over. Dubuque back to 5-on-5. Chipped ahead. Stolen there by Waterloo. I'll move the camera so you can all see this. Rasty will pick it up behind his own goal line. Gets dumped there by Weiner. Tipped by Mueller. It'll go the length. Cam Spangler now off the boards, held in by Waterloo. They'll walk it to the top of the slot. Gets a weak backhand shot that's blocked off. Buchan dumps it down below the goal line. Spangler will go back to get it. She'll send it behind the net. Waterloo picks it up, sends it out in front. Can't be connected there. Weiner sends it ahead to Waterloo. They'll dump it back in. Spangler back to get it. Seegers offers support. Spangler now up the near boards. Plays it through center ice off to Mueller. Shot saved by the goaltender. And we'll get a whistle. .34 left in the second period. Now they're in for the faceoff. Wrapped around the back of the net. Waterloo's got it there. Sends it to the corner. Nethery over to pick it up. Tries to walk out of the corner. He runs into two Warriors. Mueller with a big hit. Friesner holds it at the blue line. Dumps it down to the corner. Mueller will go pick it up. Sends it around behind the net. To the near corner now. They get around Poles. Around Nethery. Around Seegers. Just Kleesner back to stop him. Shot. Saved by Montgomery. We got him too. You can send out a fresh set of D. We'll get Zick and Waddick out there. Nethery stays in for the faceoff. I didn't stop the clock. Puck's down. Dubuque controls. Waterloo holds it in. Sends it down below the goal line. Waddick back there to get it. He loses it behind the net. Now it's Nethery. Off to the far side. Played back in, delayed offside, so Waddick's got some time to think about it. Tries to walk it out of the corner, can't quite get there. Now Mueller's got it. He'll send it out to center ice. Nethery wins the race. And we get a save. Puck's down. Waterloo carries it into the zone. Shot from the top of the slot. Blocked. Seegers clears it out. Poles will come out to get it. It's wrapped down in. Waddick now behind the net. He'll get it around the back. Breaks it out the far side to Heacock. Heacock chips it off the boards around one. Waterloo gets it back. Chips it back in. 2-on-1 now. Zick with a nice play. Waterloo puts it back in. Down to the corner. Sheehy walks around one. He'll hit the gas and get it out of the zone. Out to center ice. There's a trip. No call. No call on that blatant trip. Puck played off to the far side. Heacock's got it there. Off the boards, ahead to Ross. Ross will win the race. Gets it towards the net. Around the back of the net. Fights off a hook. That wasn't called. Tries to get through 3 or 4 guys. Now Waterloo clears it. Sends it out to center ice. Spangler will go back to get it. She's got it there. Plays it up to near boards. Offsides. Some discussion going on here. I'm sure Coach Stike is asking how that possibly wasn't a trip. The ref's like, oh, it was. I just missed it. All right, it's believable. Ross in for the faceoff. Ross wins it. Sends it in front of the Dubuque bench. Ross collects it, sends it back to Henry. Henry across ice pass to Spangler. Spangler's got it on the far side. Sends it up to Waddick. Waddick kicks it ahead to Ruiz. Ruiz forces it all the way down to the corner. Waterloo's got it there. They'll bring it up the near side. Waddick holds it in on his feet. Waterloo clears it out to center ice. Ross steals it, takes it back in. Green is just waiting to hit Ross. Waddick battles for it in the corner. Now it's Ross again. Green finally gets a shot on him. Glad we got that out of his system. Puck loose behind the net. Waterloo picks it up, carries it to the near side. They'll walk it up the near boards. Pursued by Ross. Waddick puts a body into him, knocks him into the boards. Battle out behind the net, thrown on front goal. So we got too many people worrying about the puck behind the net. Not enough worrying about the guy that's wide open in front of the net. Easy shot, not a lot Montgomery could do there. Kind of hung out to dry. Waterloo controls the faceoff. They'll dump it into the zone, wrapped around the back of the net. Played up the near side, stolen there. Waterloo walks it, top of the circle. Shot, saved by Montgomery, loose in front. Rebound, knocked wide. Smothers on the far side, shot towards the net, knocked down, covered by Montgomery, and we'll get a whistle. So now 2-0 in favor of the Warriors. 9:49 left in the second period. Get Ben Zick in for Wyatt Kleesner. He'll be paired with Seegers. Weiner in for the faceoff, kicks it back. Controls it himself, plays it off to the corner. Smothers there. Smothers tries to send it up the board. Waterloo steals, dumps it back in. Weiner's got it now. He'll walk it up the far side. On the boards hard, and he's knocked off the puck. Walked in. Nice pass. Big save by Montgomery. Waterloo controls behind the net. Still got it back there. Now Ben Zick's got it. Nope, stolen back. Pesky little suckers. Waterloo in the far corner, sends it back out to the blue line. Shot, saved by Montgomery. Puck kicked out to the left-hand side. Now it's Deutsch. He'll walk it up the near side, gets around one. Tries to get around another, hit hard into the boards. Big hip check, but I think Rasty might have got the worst of that one. Send out to the middle. Smother kicks it over to Weiner. Weiner now walks it down to the goal line. He'll take it behind the net. 3 guys on him. He gets a weak shot towards the net. Smothers now in the corner. He tries to walk around one. Gets knocked off by the second man. Now he's on the ice. Kicks it to the near corner. Deutsch with a big hit. He's got it in the corner. He'll walk it up to the blue line. Drop it off for Henry. Henry on the near boards. Sent out of the zone. Now it's Mueller. Picks it up at center ice. Wheels and deals to the far side. Top of the circle. Shot. Saved. Rebound kicked out. Waddick picks up the rebound, knocks it down to the goal line. Wraps around the back of the net. Nether's there. Fire around the back of the net. Mueller steps in. Bouncing puck on edge. Mueller still got it. Walks to the top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Jocelyn. Waterloo collects it. Sends it the length of the ice for an icing. We'll get Netherly chase pulls. CJ Mueller in for the faceoff. Dubuque wins the faceoff. Netherly's got it there. Battles for the puck. Waterloo steals it. They'll carry it out to center ice. Into the attacking zone. One of the Rasty boys has it. Takes it below the net. All the way around to the far corner. Walks around one there. Wide open man in the slot. Nice save by Montgomery. Rebound. Goal. Waterloo now up 3-0. 7:28 left in the second period. Joe Ross in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Knocked back into the Waterloo zone. They'll counter and bring it back on. Stolen there by Kleesner. He'll play it out. Center ice. Now it's Deutsch. Walks it up through the neutral zone. Back to Zick. Zick sends it over to Kleesner. Kleesner will walk it up. Dumps it into the zone. Saved by Jocelyn. She'll kick it to the corner. Waterloo back up to the point. Zick holds it in there. Walks it down top of the circles. High slot. Stolen back. Waterloo will circle behind their own net and carried out the far side. Taken into the zone. Backhand pass to the high slot. Stolen there. Now we'll get Weiner going the other way. Weiner's got one bearing down on him. Gets the brakes behind the net. Gives it to Waterloo. They'll circle and with time collect it behind the net. Plays it out the near side to Hesse. Hesse, long cross-ice pass, knocked down by Weiner. He'll take it. Nope. Knocked out before he can get it back into the zone. Green sends it in. Montgomery can't quite step up behind the net, so it squirts to the near side. Kleesner brings it up. Knocked out the puck there. Delayed offside, so Liam Henry's got a little time to think about it. Played up in front of the benches. Xander Sheehy picks it up. Loses the puck. Waterloo sends it around to the far side. They'll take it off the boards there. Heacock walks in. Steals the puck temporarily. It's loose at center ice. Waterloo sends it up. Again. Now they're in the zone. Sent through the middle. Sheehy will collect it on the near boards. Carries it up in front of the benches. Now it's Poles. Collects it. Cross ice pass to the refs. They don't catch it. They don't have sticks. There's a trip. We're going to actually get this one. Saved by Edelman and a whistle. So Dubuque back on the power play. Waterloo man will sit in the box and think about what he's done for 2 minutes. Hopefully less, because we'll get a power play goal. Ross in for the faceoff. Waterloo wins. They'll send it around the boards up to Seegers. That wasn't hooking, it was tripping. But hey, 2 minutes is 2 minutes. Ross in front, save. Waterloo's got it behind the net. They'll backhand it out. Held in there by Seegers. Seegers down in the corner to Deutsch. Deutsch up to Ruiz. Shot in front. Deflected and off to the corner. Waterloo's got it. High off the glass by everyone. All the way down to the far faceoff dots. Seegers has got there. Long pass over to Weiner. Weiner sends it to Ruiz. Ruiz walks it up Main Street. Cuts off to the far side. Takes a bad angle shot. Knocked off the puck behind the net. Ross picks it up. Feeds it to Ruiz, who takes another bad angle shot. Sends it around the far side. Weiner's got it there. Weiner walks down to the goal line. Drops off for Ross. Ross sends it in front. Knocked back to the far side. Far corner. Waterloo tries to clear it. They'll send it up the middle. Deutsch comes in. Makes a nice steal. He'll walk it down the goal line. Drops off for Seegers. Seegers back to Deutsch. Deutsch with a bad angle shot. Saved by Jocelyn. Seegers shoots wide. Wraps around to the far side. That's Weiner has it. He'll shoot. Eaten by Jocelyn for a whistle. Referees discuss things with Jocelyn here. Probably telling her she's doing a fine job stopping the puck. Waves to his mom in the crowd. More discussion with Jocelyn. Puck's down. Dubuque wins it. Back to Waddick, who can't quite hold it in. That might be Heacock. That was Heacock. That's Zick. Sends it back over to Heacock. Heacock on the far side. Walks it into the zone. Down to the goal line. Tries to walk it in front. Jocelyn covers for the whistle. 9 seconds left on the Dubuque power play. We'll leave Netherly, Mueller, Michael Poles out. Jackson Heacock on defense. 9 seconds left on that power play. This may not be the greatest idea. Puck back to Heacock. Heacock holds it at the blue line. Sends over to Zick. Zick sends out the middle. Big blast by Michael Poles. Holds on. Still 2 seconds left on the penalty. It's expired on my clock, but trust me. And here's the change I was looking for. So we'll get Ross, Weiner, and Deutsch. Zick and Henry back on defense. Gonna watch this long pass here in the breakout. Puck's down. Waterloo's got it now at center ice. 3-on-2. Saved by Montgomery. Drops it down for a whistle. I didn't start the clock for any of that, so we'll burn 10 seconds. Face off to the left of Montgomery. Joseph Ross in to take it for the Saints. Late defensive change for Waterloo coming in. Puck's down. Dubuque will get it out of the zone. Waterloo collects in their own defensive zone. They'll throw it up the middle. Carried into the zone. Backhanded towards the net. Around the back. Henry loses it there. Waterloo walks away from it. Wrapped back around. Waterloo collects it below the goal line. Sent out in front. Hesse gets a piece of it there. Deutsch has got Weiner in front of him. Sends it up off the boards. Weiner collects it. Hits the brakes inside the blue line. Gives it back to Deutsch. Deutsch from the high slot. Shot. Goal! So Deutsch with a nice goal there. Nice give and go feed with Cade Weiner. Gets the Saints on the board at least. Now 3-1. Puck's down. Waterloo battles it in. Stuck in the player's skates. Gets back out to the high slot. Just out of their reach. Heatherly picks it up in the corner. Battled for on the far boards. Knocked into the zone. Spangler will go back to get it. She'll take it behind the net. Stolen there by Waterloo on the near side. They'll hold it in. Nope. Netherly gets him by him. Fans on a clearing attempt. Ruiz tries to collect. And does. He's got at the top of the circle. Shot. Tipped wide. Mueller's got it in the corner now. Sends it back to the blue line. A little too hard out of the reach of Seegers. All the way back to Montgomery. Montgomery plays it up to Spangler. Big hit there by Netherly. Buchan's got it now. Sends it back into the zone. Waterloo has a delayed offsides. They'll get back in. Now it's Spangler again from behind the net. Skates into a big hip check. Push bomb shot saved by Montgomery. And we'll get a whistle with 1:15 left in the second period. Saints will send out Sheehy, Poles, and Heacock. They'll be backed by Zick and Henry. Sheehy in for the faceoff. Puck down. Waterloo controls. Now it's Sheehy on the near boards. He'll bring it through neutral ice. Gets around one. Loose puck in the slot. Heacock covers. A little shovey woo-woo. It's like pushy woo-woo. It's just not as violent. Offensive zone faceoff for the Saints. Puck's down. Waterloo controls. They'll fling it up the near boards. Zick's got it. Sends it towards the slot just out of the reach of Jackson Heacock. Long pass for Waterloo. They've got it at center ice. Nice save by Montgomery. And we'll get a whistle. Get that line out of here. We'll send out Deutsch, Weiner, and Ross for the last 51 seconds. Waterloo loses the faceoff. Deutsch has it, carries it through center ice. Gets tangled up in the Waterloo defense and skates. They've got it now, back out to center ice, across the red line. Tries to chip it around Spangler. She gets enough of it to force it into the corner. Kicked out off the net. Now it's Ross up the near side. Played in front of the Waterloo bench. Deutsch takes it back. Sends it across to Spangler. Spangler's got it on the far side. Gets it ahead to Weiner. Weiner squirts it ahead to Ross. Ross shot, saved by Jocelyn. Loose puck. Wrapped around the back of the net. Ross has got it there. Sends it through the slot. Nobody home. Spangler collects it just outside the zone for an offsides. So just 6 seconds left in the period. We'll get a face-off just outside the Waterloo zone. We're going to run the Flying Dutchman play. 6 seconds left. Which is actually funny because the guy that's flying is Deutsch. It's not really Dutch. It's German. Flying German play doesn't sound as good. And that'll do it for the second period. After 2, it's Warriors 3, Dubuque 1. Shots on goal in favor of Dubuque, 21-19. Take a break here to zam the ice. Go get one of the pork tenderloins that they sell here. And we'll see you back in about 15 minutes. Just a bit underway here in the third period. Saints have given themselves a little bit of a hole to climb out of. Trailing 3-1. Shots on goal in favor of the Saints, though, 21-19. Looks like we'll start out the third period with Weiner, Ross, Deutsch, backed by Spangler and Seegers. Puck's down, and we're underway. Played back to Seegers. Seegers will circle around the back of the net. Plays it up the far side. Waterloo's controls there in their own zone. Sends it back to neutral ice. Pitchforked into the zone. Spangler will go back to get it behind the net. She cycles back. Waterloo picks it up there. Now it's Ross takes it back. Waterloo steals it. Works it up the far side. Drops it off there for a D. He'll walk it down to the goal line. Stolen by Seegers. Cleared out of the zone out to neutral ice. Waterloo regroups. Sends it back up. Spangler's got it there. She'll send it into the zone. Waterloo clears it back out. Zick will go back to get it. Zick's got it on his own side. Sends it across ice to Deutsch. Deutsch will walk it in front of the net. Gives off to Mueller. Bounces over his stick. Waterloo knocks it back up into the zone. Mueller takes it back. Takes it into his own defensive zone. Walks the blue line. Hard pass tipped away by Waterloo. Ruiz carries it into the zone. Nico's got it there. Walks down the goal line. Shot. Not sure what that hit, but Ruiz is down in front of the net and doesn't look great. Waterloo, though, on the other way, hits the ejection seat and goes down. We'll check out Ruiz here. Waterloo player calling for the trainer. A little less chit-chat, maybe pick up the pace.
Yeah, you'll get it out. Like, we'll pause it.
Ruiz up to his hands and knees. That's an improvement. That's up to Harn there for chipping in and helping the man off the ice. Not everyone that wears a jersey of the other team's a bad guy. Face off to come to the right of Montgomery. Sheehy in for the face-off. He'll be flanked by Michael Poles. Jackson Heacock backed by Zick and Henry. Puck's down. Sheehy gets it over to Henry. Waterloo steals it there, sends it around behind the net. Sheehy's got it in the corner. He'll walk it behind the goal line. Cuts out in front. And now up through the middle with some speed. Tries to chip it around one. Gets it back. Takes it into the zone. He's knocked down there. Waterloo in the far corner. Plays it hard off the boards. Back to Liam Henry. Henry sends it over to Seegers. Seegers does a little dance at center ice. Gets it up to Heacock. Heacock in the zone from the top of the circle. Shoots it wide of the net. Henry on the far side. Bangs it down to the corner. Heacock battles for it there. Still battled. Waterloo's got it now. They'll send it up. Carried out of the zone into neutral ice by Waterloo. Into the attacking zone. Walked in. Saved by Montgomery. Puck loose in the slot. Collected by Poles. Poles sends it ahead to Sheehy. Walks around one. And they'll knock it back. That's got to be too many men on the ice. Oh, good. They miss one for the other team every once in a while, too. Weiner now on the far side. Knocked off the puck. Ross comes in, charging hard into the corner. Sends it up to Deutsch. All the way back to the point. Fleesner holds it in. Now Waterloo will send it to length. No icing as they get a touch, so Seegers will go back to get it. Sends it up to Weiner. Weiner kicks off to Ross. Ross through center ice with some speed. Carries it into the near zone. Around the back of the net. Hits the brakes on the far side shot. Saved by Jocelyn. Waterloo now controls. Carries it out of the zone. Through neutral ice. Around Weiner. Fleesner had it momentarily. Now he'll get it back. Knocked loose. Waterloo's got it in the far corner. Back to their D. Stolen there by Deutsch. Deutsch is racing down. Shot wide of the net. Kicks around to the near side. Weiner will pick it up there. Stolen from him. Up through the middle. Caldwell sends it over to Buchan. Stolen by Deutsch. Nice little footwork there. He'll chip it into the zone. Waterloo collects below the goal line. There's that famous cross-ice pass. Chips it into the zone. Knocked down by Chase Poles. Whoa. A little loosey-goosey on the camera there. Gavin Netherly takes it into the zone. Walks across the face. It's chipped loose. Waterloo now hits the brakes. Big hit by Mueller. I'm not sure why this is... My camera's fighting me. Puck down. Dubuque's got it. Knocked out of the zone. Spangler's got it there, though. She'll circle back. Gets it up to Heacock. Heacock carries it into the zone. Takes it wide. All the way down below the goal line. Hits the brakes there. She's knocked out the puck. Sheehy picks it up. Skates around to the top of the circle. Drops it off for Spangler. Spangler walks it down to the corner. Taken there by Waterloo. Around the back of the net. Michael Poles steps in and knocks the man off the puck. Back behind the net it goes again. Harn sends it around the far side. Knocked loose by Henry. Sheehy's got it. Tries to get it around one. Taken back. Now he's got it again. He's got Poles in front. Can't get him there. Now it's Poles behind the net. Hard out the glass before Xander can get a piece of it. Waterloo sends it to neutral ice. Wrapped down to the corner. Green's got it there. Sends it back up. High slot. Sent around the back of the net. Now it's back over to the far side. She can't quite get it behind the net. Spangler does. She sends it out to neutral ice. They get it around Michael Poles. Now it's Xander Sheehy. Walks through the middle. Gets knocked down there. Waterloo knocks it back in. Corbin Deutsch will go back to get it. He's got it on the goal line. Wraps around the boards. Waterloo steals. Sends it into the skate to Seegers. He knocks it back. Waterloo on the near boards. Rasty wraps it down back below the goal line. They'll pick it up in the far corner. Send it back in the back of the net. Ross knocks him off there. Now it's Ross on the goal line. Rasty steals it back. Knocks it out of midair. Sends it through the slot. Unconnected. Again, Waterloo's got it. Walks from the goal line up the far boards. Deutsch has got it now. Sends it back into the boards. Now it's Ross. Hard up the boards. That's going to be a nice. Puck's down. Mueller's got it high slot. He'll carry it out of the zone. Sends it through center ice. Unconnected. Icing. Nethery in for the faceoff. Waterloo controls. Shot from the circle. Saved by Montgomery, and we'll get a whistle. Saints will send out a fresh line. We'll get Weiner, Deutsch, and Ross. Zick with the puck in the corner, sends it over to Waddick. Waddick up the near boards. Weiner kicks it out to Ross. Ross gets it out of the zone. Waterloo steals it, takes it back in, sends it back down. Back behind the goal line. Zick battles for it there. Waterloo walks it out of the corner. Out in front. Sends it out to the point. Shot. Blocked in front by Ross. Corbin Deutsch with a little bit of a breakaway here. Angles off. Shot. Saved by Jocelyn for the whistle. Puck's down. Waterloo has it. Carries it out of the zone. Long cross ice pass, which they connect on as always. Walks around one into the slot. Poke check by Montgomery. Waterloo now with the puck behind the net. Send around to the blue line. Dump back down below the goal line. Send out in front. Net's off. Sheehy, Heacock, and Deutsch. I'm sorry, Sheehy, Heacock, and Poles. Puck's down. Henry gets it out of the zone. Now it's Sheehy through the middle. Takes it into the attacking zone. Goes wide. Hits the brakes. Gives it back to Henry. Henry shot on the net. Redirected. Waterloo counters. They'll send it the length of the ice for an icing. Sheehy in for the faceoff. Wins it over to Poles. Back to Seegers. Seegers gets a shot on net. Kick to the corner by Jocelyn. Now it's Spangler throws it towards the net. Deflected there. Waterloo bangs it out the far side. Just out of the reach of Seegers. Big collision behind the net. Spangler wrap it around to Poles. Poles back to Seegers. She'll try it again up the far side. Poles knocks it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy will get it around into the zone. He's got Heacock in front. Shot wide of the net. Get that kid some glasses. Wrapped all the way back to Seegers. Chipped in front there. Essie will dump it down in for Waterloo. Sheehy picks it up behind the net. He'll walk it up Main Street. Walks around one. All the way up through center ice. Has it knocked off a stick there. Tries to drop it for Poles. Poles wasn't ready for it. Waterloo walks in, sends it to the middle. Now they've got it in the far corner. Big hit there by Seegers. Zick's got it behind the net. He'll walk it up the middle. Zick all the way down to the goal line. Turns it over there, gives it to Waterloo. Waterloo's going to bring it back the other way. Rasty now across the blue line. Shot blocked in front by Henry. Off to the near corner. CJ Mueller with a nice steal there. Rasty's going to battle in the corner with Henry. Henry buries him there. Puck squirts out. Caldwell with a shot. 3 feet wide of the net. Get that kid some glasses too. Wrapped around the far side. Kick back to the blue line. Waterloo will have it leak out of the zone. Mueller with a big hit into Larson. Now it's Henry behind the net. Plays it up. Stolen there. Kicked out in front of the slot. Walks around one. He goes down. Chase Bulls sends it ahead to C.J. Mueller. Off the stick. It'll go all the way down below the goal line. And get a delayed call on Waterloo. Nice little rough. C.J. Mueller very happy about the penalty he just drew. It's number 18 for Waterloo. Carter Puchin. I believe that's his second of the game. .4:14 left in the period. Corbin Deutsch can't hold it into the blue line. It comes back to center ice. He'll walk it into the zone now. Takes it wide, cuts to the middle, loses the puck. Waterloo's got it, sends it the length of the ice. Montgomery will stop it behind the net. Seegers will go back to get it. Passed up to Deutsch. Deutsch navigates the ref's skates. Drops it off at the blue line from Ross. Ross now across the blue line. Shot, goal! Bing, bang, boom! I didn't start the clock for any of that. So that'll do it for that penalty. We'll put a goal up here. 3:45 left in the third period. The Saints now have a one-goal game to contend with. Puck's down. Cade Weiner wins the race, sends it towards the net. That's in! Fortuitous bounce for Weiner. And in the span of 4 seconds, the Saints have tied this game. Good thing I didn't move the camera. I just knew he was going to do that. Puck's down again. Dubuque has it in the defensive zone. They'll go D to D. Zick over to Henry. Henry up to Weiner. Weiner doesn't get a piece of it. So Ross with the first one. Cade Weiner with the second. Unassisted. 3-3 game with 3:25 left in the third period. Joseph Ross steps in for the faceoff. Puck's down, back to the D, shot, saved by Montgomery, knocked over the top of the net. Sent out the length. Icing. Saints need to settle this in regulation because, to put it lightly, our overtime record is poo-poo. Netherian for the faceoff. Puck's down. Waterloo has it. In the slot, backhander, saved by Montgomery. Wrapped around the near boards. Waterloo knocks it back down. Spangler can't quite get a handle on it. Now it's Nethery. Bounces it out. Gets it head to Poles. Poles sends it up. Stolen back by Waterloo at neutral ice. They'll try and take it in the zone. That's offsides. We'll get the Sheehy line out with Heacock and Poles. Back by Henry and Zick. Waterloo wins the faceoff. They'll take it into the zone. Walk it down to the corner. Round the back of the net. Again, they'll play it back behind the net. Zick will go back and pressure the puck in the far corner. Steals it there. He'll play it up to Sheehy. Sheehy tries to get it ahead to Poles. Now it's Xander Sheehy chases in the corner. Waterloo will wrap it around the back of the net. Heacock's there. Gives it down to Sheehy in the corner. Sends it out to the front. Nobody home. Waterloo carries it out now. Through neutral ice. Stolen there by Zick. Zick sends it up to Poles. Poles loses in a skate. Waterloo walks out of the corner. Shot in the slot. Covered by Montgomery. 2 minutes left in the game. Regulation, that is. We will get Ross, Deutsch, and Weiner. Backed by Seegers and Spengler. Puck's down. Melee ensues. Squirts back behind the net. Spengler's got it there. She turns it over in the corner. Comes up to Weiner. Weiner sends it across to Ross. Ross will carry it out of the zone. Sends it ahead to Deutsch. Deutsch holds it just inside the zone. Walks it down. That was a check from behind. No call. Weiner now. Shot wide. Wraps around. Spengler can't quite hold it in. She'll chase it all the way back to the defensive zone. Sends it back up. Ross has got it there. Leaves off for Weiner. Weiner, top of the slot. Sends it through the middle. Jocelyn knocks the net off. No one else sees it but me. Now they do. We'll get Sheehy, Poles, and Heacock back. Puck's down. Waterloo's got it. They'll play it up the near boards in front of their bench. Henry's got it. Cross ice pass to Zick. Zick walks it across the red line. Dumps it into the zone. Calling off sides. Played out the far side all the way down. Icing. Now we'll get Weiner, Darch, and Ross back. Like our guys are tiring out, just skating back and forth to the bench. Weiner will step in for the faceoff. Ross has been taking these, so it is in Weiner's hand in favor. Puck's down. Squirts loose. Comes over to the near side. Green's got it there. Waterloo walks it through center ice. They'll take it up the near boards in front of the bench. Pitchforks it in down below the goal line. Zick's got it on the far side. Hits the brakes. Comes back around behind the net. Off the boards up to Weiner. Weiner sends it too far ahead of Deutsch. Waterloo collects it at center ice. Plays it up ahead. They'll take it into the attacking zone. Zick takes it back. Sends it up the boards. Waterloo regroups. Takes it below the goal line. Around the back of the net. Knocked back to the far corner. It's Ross. Ross hard off the glass. Held in by Waterloo. Sent back down below the goal line. Zick again. Weak pass up the middle, but gets it to neutral ice. That was offsides, and you know it, Larson. Waterloo now with puck in the corner. Send it through. That's no ice because Waterloo made a horrible pass. 14 seconds left in the period. Harder on the back of the net. It's out of the zone. We're going to a shootout. Please let us go to a shootout. Puck loose. Off the far side. So, shootout. Well, that's terrible news. Montgomery struggled a little bit at the beginning, but he came on. He's had a couple good periods under his belt now. Jocelyn played pretty well the first couple periods and had 5 seconds of unlucky hockey. So we'll see how this goes. Shots on goal finished 27-24 in favor of the Saints. Saints really need the 2 points from this win. Chase Pole's looking like he's going to be the first over the boards to shoot. Someone should tell Chase he's got a minute. That's lots of skating around to do. See if we can play with the zoom a little bit here and see our skaters' sick moves.
Number 24, Chase Poles.
So Chase Poles will be the first one on the ice. Jocelyn Endelman. I think that's what we're going to go with, Endelman. Larson's got the shooter's order. Poles buries it.
Now shooting for your Warriors, number 11, Sean Whitlock.
Sean Whitlocker shooting for the Warriors. Save by Montgomery. Next over the bench, looks like it's going to be Cade Weiner.
Now shooting for Dubuque, number 22, Cade Weiner.
Weiner with the game-tying goal. Save by Endelman. I'm going to get a Rasty.
Now shooting for your Warriors, number 10, Chandler Rasty.
Rasty. Rasty scores, ties it at 1 after 2 shooters. We'll get Corbin Deutsch. Endelman with the save. Warriors will send out Caldwell with the chance to win it.
Now shooting for your Warriors, number 26, Logan Caldwell.
Nice save by Montgomery. Next we'll get Jackson Heacock.
Now shooting for Dubuque, number 38, Jackson Heacock.
Scored by Heacock. Green with the chance to keep things alive for Waterloo.
33, Justin Green.
Save by Montgomery. The streak is broken. Dubuque gets a shootout win. So Dubuque will win this one in a shootout. 4-3. Jackson Heacock with the shootout winning goal. That's what happens when Zoom goes wrong. Great game by both teams. Take about a 20, 30-minute break. Send the varsity out for warm-ups. Zam the ice, sing the song, come back for varsity. That'll do it for this game. Hope to see you back for varsity.